Parks and Trails New York is a wonderful statewide advocacy organization. We work from the grassroots all the way to the grass tops. We're in touch with the local individual advocates. At the same time, we have access to the decision makers and legislators. And so by connecting all of those people together, we're creating a big tent movement of statewide Greenway advocates who are going to move this forward and make it so that every New Yorker has access to a Greenway trail, no matter where they live.
When we look in a city, anywhere in the world, and we see people of all ages, of all abilities, being able to access the system and be on their bikes, that's a beautiful thing.
Greenways transform lives. They not only give safe access to families to commute, to enjoy parks and green spaces, but they are work corridors. The Hudson River Greenway is the busiest greenway in the nation.
Those benefits to communities really start if more people can have access to those trails directly from where they live, work, and play.
The access to green spaces also increases physical activity. So when people have access to physical activity, obviously their physical health is going to improve, but also their mental health improves. So the more we can get people outdoors and into green spaces, on trails, in outdoor environments, the healthier the people of New York State will be.
It's good for our health, but it's also good for the bottom line. We can show that the investment of every dollar we put into green trailways has this extraordinary multiplier effect into the local economy. It's actually quite impressive.
Parks and Trails works in many ways to foster a statewide Greenway trail network. The Empire State Trail in particular was made possible through years, decades of advocacy. It's a 750-mile trail from Buffalo to Albany, from the Canadian border down to New York City. It's actually the largest Greenway trail in the United States. Outside Magazine called it the best Greenway trail in the United States. To revitalize communities, connect communities together, integrating folks, and also just like giving people a greener way to grow local economies.
It has been absolutely amazing to see the number of people who come and enjoy the trail system and then discover our community, people recognizing the many amenities and the history that we have in our area, but also recognizing the value of these small town communities that otherwise would be overlooked.
I think traveling by bicycle throughout New York State is impactful because you're kind of traveling at what I call human scale. You're not driving on the interstate, you're not stopping at some generic rest stop on the thruway. You're stopping in towns, you're talking to local shopkeepers. So many city dwellers don't realize how vast and beautiful the state is, and this is just a great entranceway to all of that stuff.
The Empire State Trail is important because it became a catalyst that really brought together the entire state around a single trail project, and that's unprecedented. Largest project of its kind at the time. And I think it set the standard for trails, not just here in New York State, but around the world.
With the help of Parks and Trails New York, we're able to take that 5-mile view and look at it as a traveler would look at it and say, oh, we need better signage, or we really need to highlight the fact that we have a fantastic brewery and coffee house and a place to stop and have ice cream for these folks to stop and enjoy the community, and for us to help them get there.
For people who are not involved in this movement yet, that opportunity exists and exists in a big way. We should not think that the work is done by any stretch. We have a long, long way to go.
Advocates can help secure funding by being as relentless as possible with promoting these issues and promoting the cross purpose.
Greenway trails are popping up in all corners of the state, but today is about really connecting them together and connecting the people that make these places a reality together.
We want to see this future. We want to see these Greenway trails built, and we need to convince our legislators to put the funding in place to make it happen.
I want New York State to be the best. That's what makes all this so important.
This diverse coalition is the symphony that will cause our elected officials to get up and dance.